Hey, how is everybody? Al here. Welcome to Dark Side Reviews. Especially welcome if you are new here, if you are a guest here. I will tell you that this video really is for the Dark Side community. But if you're a guest here, stick around because I do have a question and maybe you can help me understand something that I'm real. All right, first off, so I do think it's important to say that I do want you guys to watch this whole video. Yeah, it's a bit long, but I share some things and your feedback is what's really important. So please, well, here's the deal, Darksiders. So I want to do two things. I want to talk a little bit about Coppa, the Children's Online Protection Privacy Act. And then I want to talk about something that I really don't understand. And I really want you to help me understand this because maybe I'm missing something here. And that is this whole notion that YouTubers should be happy with the fact that YouTube provides a platform for us to be able to share something that we're really passionate about, right? And we get to do it on a global scale. We get to build audiences. We get to build connections. And for those of us that have worked super hard, you can even make a living off of it. And we get to do all this for free. And YouTube allows us to earn while we're doing it. And it costs us nothing. And we should be happy about that. Now, I got some thoughts about that. I'm going to share those thoughts in a second. Hold on, you guys. This is my wife. I might go see Knives Out later on. Just park in one of the other spots if it's open. The one next to us and the one where you saw your car this morning. So that's the one not right to our right, but right next to that. Right. They move, but hey, babe, I'm in the middle of a video. All right, but though it's that spot, the one you saw where your car is, the one on the other side of our garage. Both of those are open spots. Nobody lives there. Right. All right. Okay, bye. Sorry about that, guys. I mean, listen, if you're not new here, if I get a call from my parents or I get a call from my wife, I got to answer it on video or not. And I'm not starting the video over and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so let's keep going. So, I want to talk a little bit about that, whether or not creators, should kind of be super thankful to YouTube. And I got some thoughts about that. So I want to share those two things and then let me know what you guys think about it and set me straight if I need to be set straight and be honest. That's how we roll here on Dark Side Reviews. So let's talk a little bit about Coppa. So here's the deal, man. This is a little bit nerve-wracking because of what's happening. And I do think that this really is the beginning of governmental oversight on YouTube. And I don't think that Coppa is only going to be strictly pressed towards YouTube or connected towards YouTube, for the lack of a better word. I think that it's going to be anywhere. So I think for those folks that are screaming the sky is falling, right, and they're going to go to other places to be able to escape this regulation, you won't, because it's federal. It's not YouTube doing it, it's federal. And I think that wherever you go, if it's a platform similar to this and you have content to share, that you're going to be subject to this. And if it hasn't caught up to that platform yet, it will. Maybe YouTube will be the precedent for it. So I think the number one, it cannot be escaped. The bottom line is that the landscape of YouTube is going to permanently change. And I do mean permanently because of what's going on with Coppa. And again, that's the Children's Online Protection Privacy Act. It is a little bit nerve-wracking and frustrating, though, because of the guidelines to which people are defining what content is geared towards children or not. The definition is extremely nebulous, and this is where it's frustrating. So for folks that are saying that channels like ours, which are not geared towards kids, even though, again, you guys know if you've been here for a while that I keep the content very clean on here. You never hear any language or anything like that because kids might be watching the channel, but it's not geared towards kids. But it still could affect me. And the reason for that is because of how the guidelines are defined as to what is or what is not considered a child's channel. And YouTube basically has told creators that we are subject to follow the guidelines that are set out by the FTC. There is a whole list of them. I'm sorry, guys. This video is kind of like impromptu, so I didn't get all that stuff prepped up so that I could show it. And I'm not going to edit the video. The video is going to be as is. So there's a list of basically guidelines for us to go by to judge whether or not this video is something that's geared towards kids or something, this is tricky, or something that could attract kids. but nothing's set in stone. So I have no measurement or baseline by which to say, yeah, I think this video is for kids. I think this video is not for kids, because the definition is so nebulous. What I'll do is I'll put the definition in the description so you guys can see what they are. So that said, a lot of YouTube creators are going to be subject to this. Then for the folks that are saying, well, you know what, it doesn't really matter because your channel's not a kid channel, it's all good. It's not necessarily the focus of the channel. This is what people aren't really understanding. It is the content on the channel. The channel might not be focused towards kids, but maybe a piece of content that you create could be focused towards kids. Let me give you a case in point example. Let's say I went to go review, what's the new movie that's out right now? Frozen 2. Clearly a kid's movie, right? But adults will watch Frozen 2 as well. Now, if I create a video for Frozen 2 on this channel, does that video, or is that video created for kids? Is that video, even though the channel might not be a kid's channel, is that piece of content created for kids? Now, according to the guidelines that have been set out by YouTube, yeah, it could be considered a piece of kids content, and then I would be subject to FTC rules, which, by the way, I did not mention, but I probably should, that the FTC is saying that they would fine, or they can fine, individual creators up to $42,000 per video that violates the FTC regulations. Now you kind of see the dilemma, right? So it doesn't matter, right, if your channel is not necessarily a channel geared towards kids, but is the content that you are creating something that kids might be attracted to? Because if that's the case, that pulls you into the realm of content that is created for or could attract kids. It's a mess, honestly. And what I hope comes out of this is that we get some more concrete definition as to what will be subject to those FTC regulations and what won't be subject to those FTC regulations. And we don't really have anything defined right now. Now, I will say I do believe that this will get sorted out. I do think that we are going to get more concrete terms in terms of what's considered children's content and what's not. And that's good because it gives the creators more of a ground to stand on. And YouTube has basically absolved themselves because they said it's up to you. Right? It's you. It's up to you to decide how you're going to define your content with this very nebulous and wide-ranging and unfocused definition that the FTC has given us to give you as to what is kids content, but it's up to you. Make that decision. You know what the ramifications might be if you are creating content that's for kids and you are violating the FTC laws. That kind of sucks because I feel like it kind of throws creators a little bit under the bus there. But, you know, sorry, sound like I heard my wife coming in. But I did. Okay, she is coming in. But it is what it is. So we are subject to that. So you guys know that I've asked you on the live streams to please make sure that you're not using language or things like that, because if there's someone on watching, we want to make sure that we're just being appropriate for kids content at all times. So that's important. Now, I understand it could be frustrating for some folks because you feel like you're stifled, and I don't mean for that to be that way, but at the same time, we do have to kind of protect the channel because it took a lot for me to get the channel to where it is right now. A lot of hard work. And a lot of you guys know, you guys have been rolling with me for a long time. So anyway, I just wanted to share that whole thing about the FTC. I'm not super worried about it in terms of what might happen to Dark Side Reviews on the long haul. I think we'll be fine, but it is concerning because we are subject to those regulations, and you never know. I think we could be fine, but we could be hit hard. So who knows? Just something to keep an eye on. All right. So topic number 2. Let's talk about this whole notion that YouTube creators just should be unabashedly thankful for the platform of YouTube, in the sense that we get to create all this awesome content, right? That is worldwide, everybody can see. And then on top of that, YouTube has the grace enough to allow us to earn on our content through AdSense. And we should just be so thankful for that because we don't pay for it. We get this for free. What I don't understand is how people are gravitating towards this and making statements like that and not seeing the whole aspect that, to me, this all seems very reciprocal. Because the truth is that creators that build big audiences, or even if they're not big channels, because you don't have to have a big channel to have a successful channel. That's a myth that people don't understand. They think your channel has to be huge to earn. It doesn't. If you have a dedicated audience, what's happening there is that you have a reciprocal relationship between YouTube and advertisers. And no one really seems to be talking about this, because if you did not have the audience, or if you were not influential enough, there would be nobody for YouTube to advertise to. So this is a very reciprocal relationship and not just one-sided, not just, oh, thank you, YouTube, for giving us a break. Now, I'm not at all saying that what YouTube has done is not fantastic. I think it's an awesome thing. I think the fact that we can get on here and make videos is great. I think the fact that we don't have to pay for it is great. I think if we did have to pay for it, there'd be a lot less creators on the platform. But then again, wouldn't that just be another way for YouTube to make money? But so I think the opportunity is good. I'm not knocking the opportunity. I'm not doing that at all. Obviously, I'm not. That's how I met most of you guys, through the platform and what YouTube has afforded all of us that, you know, have a thing that we love to talk about and that we're passionate about. But for me, I don't get it twisted. This relationship is symbiotic between YouTube and creator. If I build a channel, you make money off of my efforts. So it's not like you're giving me some big break. The advertisers come because you're tapping into my audience. Yeah, you have the platform, but if you didn't have creators on the platform, what would YouTube be? It'd be nothing. So that's all I'm saying. This is a symbiotic, a reciprocal relationship, and both issues or both parties are valuable in this equation. In terms of the value exchange, creators need YouTube in the sense that if they're going to earn from AdSense, they need YouTube. YouTube uses creators so that they can advertise on the channel and make money. Now, I know you're going to say that there are a lot of other ways for creators to make money, and there are, and there should be, because the money from AdSense, quite honestly, unless you're pulling in crazy high views, and I mean crazy high, hundreds of thousands of views on a video, is peanuts. And most channels, unless you have a really, really big entertainment YouTube channel, do not earn a lot of money from AdSense. They just don't. So anyway, those are my thoughts about that. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I appreciate your feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments and all that. And if I'm wrong about it, or you got a different perspective that you want to share, please set me straight about that as well. Make sure you guys stay connected to the comments. I have something that I think I want to try for a month. I just want to see how it works. So I'll either put it in the, not comments, the community section. I'll either put it there, or maybe I'll make a separate video about it as well. Also, for those that are part of the Dark Side community, make sure that you check out Creators Haven. That is the new channel we started, all about what it's been like to be a YouTuber and starting and growing a YouTube channel. So we're getting that off the ground. So please go over there and support that channel by subscribing. That would be awesome. All right, that's it. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.